What box did we not go in last week?
Yellow.
Did we have it first or
If you're
last?
brand new, we want you to step to the front of the line while we go in this yellow box. Okay?
Oh yeah, that sounds like fun. That's the hot box.
That's the hot box, exactly. You've heard of Hot Pockets, huh? This gives Hot Pockets a whole new meaning down here.
Hey look, a hive sample, no hive.
I know there were a couple there.
Mr. Angry Bee.
Off with the smoke.
He's really got it going today. That's beautiful.
How's the tree hive?
It's active. I took bees off there last week to put in the mating nuke.
Beauty.
If you're brand new and you want to step up here, you're welcome to. That way he can kind of get your first chance to take a look inside here.
Now this box has been queenless. We don't expect anything to change. He's going to check in. We put 2 frames of brood in here to give him an opportunity to make a queen. The last time we checked, they had not done that, which it's not uncommon. If you get a hive that's queenless and you get laying workers, they won't make a queen.
Population's down.
We're looking in here for see if you see any SHB running around or anything like that. Any unusual activity. Look, you can see these because they're spread out and they're flat. You can check them for any kind of like DFW, deformed wings, or anything along those lines. So.
Population's down.
But it's got a lot of
Could it just be that they're
A
all
dead
running
beetle.
around or like trying to get the pollen right now?
So what now?
Maybe
This
they're all
population's definitely down.
They're probably
It's
dying
down.
off.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
This hive has not had a queen for at least a month.
Oh no.
So yeah, they're dying off.
yeah.
And DC, why did they not make a queen?
Once you get laying workers, their attitude is just, they won't make a queen. I don't know why. The pheromones of the laying worker overpowers it. There's a lot of different people on the internet that have different ideas on how to fix laying workers. And I've tried just about every idea you can think of, and none of them work. The only thing I've found that has any success at all is you take a strong colony with a queen that's laying, put that on the bottom, put newspaper on the top, take your colony with laying workers, stick it on top of that, and let them merge together, and that'll fix the
And
problem.
the paper is to delay that
Yeah,
long enough.
Gives
We-
them a chance to
gives them a day or two to get the smells moving
On that
around.
hive that we had that we started from,
making
that
honey.
mishmash
Making
hive,
There's a little bit on that one.
we had a laying worker or laying workers in there, DC, and we saw several drone cells, and the attitude was just frantic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the mood was just
that's not
frantic.
uncommon either.
Next week, the
There's still a
following
nectar
week,
flow on somewhere.
they had a queen cup, and the week after that, everything was back to normal.
see what he's looking at in there, Daniel. We're looking at this comb is being built. All of this is brand new comb. These were all
Is it too much
he's
smoke for you,
fueling up.
Eddie? It
There's a
is.
drone.
It's
It's
drone.
a lane worker. They're all gonna be drones.
You get lots of honey on the top of this.
Yeah, they're making honey.
They're making and they're
Oh god.
Is it a correct statement to say that drones do not exude wax?
drones don't do anything.
And
They
they're-
don't make wax.
They're just,
Drones don't
they're
do
just
anything.
flying
They do one thing.
That's all they are.
It's flying sperm.
Yes, they have one job and that's it.
And this one's got, this next
And
one's
not even
got,
in this hive.
this has got brood on it. It's got drone brood on it.
Yep, look at it all.
That's all you got.
Laying workers.
So all this here, it's spotty. So the bees are trying to correct it because the bees can figure out if the drone in that cell is I can't do you get haploid and diploid. There's
Viable.
yeah, right. If there's something wrong with the bee in that cell, they're going to clean it out. They're not going to get all of them. That's why you don't have any kind of a big pattern. There's spots all over the place.
Are these the drones?
Yeah, that's a drone. Yeah, the bigger bees are drones. But this cell with a dome capped on top of it is a drone cell. And we'll look for a burrow mite right now and see one.
You can smell the honey. There's a lot of well,
They're
there.
still, we expected
You
to
know,
find laying workers in
they're
here.
not too
They
bad
haven't
today.
changed, but their attitude is improved. And the last video I watched was interesting. There was a guy who had a colony with laying workers in it in the middle of a honey flow, and it was still producing a lot of honey. He just decided to leave them alone. And after about a month, all the nurse bees had grown, and the laying workers stopped laying because the nurse bees weren't nursing the brood anymore. So he let it go a couple more weeks
Over
and
that one.
put a queen in there, and they accepted the queen. Went back to normal. So different idea. If you can just leave them alone for a month and a half and then stick a queen in, that's a possibility also. We stuck brood in somewhere in the middle of this.
These strips that you're pulling out, are those the...
Apivar or
Pakistan.
Epistan.
Epi something. Epi normal.
The drone.
Yeah, I got
Has
drone
DC
brood.
ever shown you what drones do?
That's all drones. Okay. And all they're doing is using the resources in the box. The whole, everyone is a drone.
Welcome. On time.
For one.
Hey, Deb. Have you been in your box?
Yes, everything's looking wonderful.
Excellent.
Good news.
Yes.
Deb was queenless about a month ago, and you took a brood frame,
Yes,
and they queened themselves.
Wow, look at this on this side. See the drone?
Seen the new queen?
Yeah, and see how that's all built, the cells are all bigger than over here. So that's where the queen will, or the workers will lay their,
Yeah, I've got one box I've
Actually,
never seen the queen in.
laying workers don't know the difference and they'll lay
She's
anywhere.
always laying though.
But you'll get, they'll dome up on the top. That's indicative of a drone
And
brood.
the box I have that I can't find the queen in, it's only this big.
Yeah.
And I can't find her.
But yeah, the population's definitely down, and they're a lot calmer. They've really calmed down.
But we know
If I get a mated queen, I might try to stick them on the top of this box and see what they do with her.
good idea.
Now
You can
you'd put it in a cage with candy or something.
Yeah, I leave her in a cage for at least a couple days, see what they do with her.
Yep.
Other than that,
You got a pair with you that I can buy?
yeah, I should have some more in the truck.
I've got a question about genetics, especially when you see a box like this with all these drones. I mean, queens around here have got a lot of drones to possibly mate with them, right?
Right. And you want them, well, every drone in this box is the same.
Genetically.
Yes.
See, and what happens though is the drones, because they burn so many resources, they'll fly up and they'll form a DCA right here. The queen will fly a couple of miles away to another DCA.
Right.
She, because it's a single queen, and you know that,
To get different genetics.
to get
then.
different genetics.
And you want her to mate with as many as possible, because they've shown last year at the National Honey Show over in England. I can't remember, I think it was Heather Mattia did a lecture on mated queens, and they've shown that if you go in a beehive and you take the bees that are making the most comb and you check their parents, you find out they had the same drone father. And you find the bees that bring in the most pollen, they got the same drone father.
Question,
So
they're
over here
signing,
on this
is that
side.
signing the worker or what?
do you
Is there a
mean?
queen in there? See, they're signing, is that
And
the
then
queen will
reach
be
in there and pop that up.
See them, the tail up there?
They're doing an Azonox. They're just
Comes up.
irritated.
Don't let it back down. Hold it up. Now you don't want to squish any bees.
Once they get
And then,
their tail up in the air, they're fanning themselves.
take it off.
An Azonox.
Away from
They're fanning
away
the
from
plant. Yeah, she discovered that.
There you
It
go.
really makes sense.
Do the same thing if you're...
No,
if
genetically,
you're-
make sure no
humans with
There's
some beetles right there.
Yep.
Your kid take on traits of
And that'd be underneath this.
Yeah, there's two.
Shed.
And they shot the
Just
queen
like
and
this.
he was
Drones
there
possible.
was something in there.
That's the same.
You can hear
There'll
it.
always be some.
They'll sign for the queen.
Usually smashing them.
And if you look in here, you can see the honey. Here, look at this, all down through here. Now this honey is not good for human consumption because we've already put Apistan.
What is that?
That is mite control. It's poison. It kills mites in the hive, and you're not supposed to
Running through
eat the honey for human consumption.
As I'm
After you
shaking
put
them
that in
down,
there.
there's this huge cluster of bees in there with the tail doing an Azonox.
Now, if you have it in one hive and not in another, is it the same thing?
Well, yes, but most of these hives back here now have
That's what it smells like. But the bees are emitting that pheromone. But there were so many
mitigation in them
doing it at the
for
same
mites.
time. Actually,
We took the honey and then we're now at the end of the season. So what we'll use this honey for is if we have dry hives and things like that, we'll put the honey in there because it's
I have some, yeah.
done this way.
Are you gonna
And those
give
are
away or what?
cut short to go into the
After
smaller
it's
hives.
warm up.
At what point can you use the honey
They have
from
it over at
from them after that?
Well, what you'll do is we'll go through winter with this in here through December, and then when we get to the spring flow, we'll pull those out, add new supers and new frames, and then you can use that honey for human consumption. But you want to get your mite counts, and you'll understand about mites later. But as you're doing all that, so
Just take a drop.
just make sure there's no.
Top bar of one frame. And that's all it takes. And that fragrance will attract bees.
Run their entire society by smell.
That'll, we're gonna trap out too to get them started, huh?
I don't know. You can try it. I don't know. I never tried that.
Tropilize this.
See what we were talking about
You can see all the dead beetles in that.
What is amazing though with the smell in the beehive is
Dead
everything
beetles.
even an egg.
And that's oil.
So this is one, that's oil,
And it
that's one beetle
changes-
trap, and then this
one
one,
day old egg puts out a
famous
pheromone,
political
3 day
sign
egg
beetle
puts a different
trap where you
pheromone.
can,
Well, think about it. They gotta do all
some
the work
people
in
will
the
split them
dark.
open and
They need to have smell.
combat
Right.
poison in there. The bees can't get to it, but the mites can. Now, we would never do that in our best practice management
I stuck
apiary.
honey and boric acid in mine. They look
Boric acid, yeah, boric acid's good, yeah. Diatomaceous earth, anything like that that would, it gets in the carapace of the small hive beetles.
Figure eights. and
We use
half
that a lot.
Talking about the
We
wagon.
can't use pesticides around the animal
Hard time getting in this
Yeah,
one.
and guinea fowl.
yeah, these are,
I don't know when we've been in this one last.
I don't know when the last, here you go.
Got one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Look at it. See the pattern? See how clear that is? Without all the other stuff on it. You can see the honey down in there. That's the nectar. It's not honey yet. Won't be honey until it's capped. And that's at 14% humidity. This is the outside. Do you see he's already got the frames on? Hold on. I'm standing in front of the hive. I shouldn't be doing that, but it's too bad we have mitigation in here.
Oh yeah, look at that frame of honey.
In other words,
totally
meaning
That is
that
a
we
nice
can't
Can't
consume
take
that.
it.
Not
Bees.
supposed to consume this
This is
honey.
for the bees.
We can use this. We'll mark this hive as having lots and lots of honey in it, and that way if you have another hive that goes,
These bees have always made good honey.
It's a biological control.
okay.
Okay, I tried nematodes last week or last year, and
Brood. Now look
I
over
think
here.
they were
See, this is
effective,
brood.
at least in my
Yep,
area.
both sides.
Nematodes,
Capped
this
brood.
kills termites. It kills
That means
beetles.
queen's been up here,
Mix it up with water.
and she's laying eggs or expanding their brood pattern.
Not a bad
So
pattern.
we'll need to no. A little bit spotty over here. So why is that spotty? It's either bad queen or probably what's called hygienic behavior. DC was describing they'll clean those cells out because there's problems with them. So it could be hygienic behavior. Could be.
They smell mites.
I doubt it. We did mite treatments and mitigation on other things. Is there larvae in those cells or what? Or,
Nothing
saw a
at this
few.
size. No.
Over on the right.
There was some up here, wasn't there?
Yeah, right up here.
Is the mite treatment
And-
necessary every?
yeah, you gotta shoot for mites.
Lower left-hand corner, you'll see over here. You
Yeah,
can
the
see.
ones in the middle are empty.
And actually, these empty ones have a lot of them have larvae in them. On this side, you
There's
can
a lot
see.
of people on the internet will argue about whether you should or should not treat for mites. If you don't treat for mites, eventually your bees will die.
They'll die from either the vector diseases or
Just being weaker.
It may not be the first or second year, but eventually
That's a nice pattern.
it's a real problem.
this is John, tell us why that's a good pattern, John.
That's a good pattern. Looks like a football. I mean, it's spotty, but it's not linearly spotty overall. Look on the other side, especially.
And look around the outside. See,
Yep, honey on the outside, brood on the inside.
perfect. And if you look down in there, you'll see the cells that some of them have been open, but even those are capped. The ones that have been opened, where they took them out, they're so nectar flows flowing. They've got. I don't know if you'll spot or eggs on this one because it's completely full. Even the empty ones where they've cleaned it out, they're full of nectar.
They move nectar right in.
Brood out, nectar in. Yeah, this is a. And
Got
this is,
brood in?
and we haven't even got down to the brood box yet, and we're still. Yeah, look at this. And this one has, this one even has. Oh, look over
Drone
here.
cups.
Okay, guys. So what do you see up here on this corner? What do you see this up here? Look at that.
The foundation.
Honey,
See right there? What
Is
is
that a
that?
queen?
It's an old cell.
That's an old queen
It's
cell.
an old cell.
It's a queen cell.
It's empty. Yeah.
But that's, I'm just showing them what. And then look
Another
down
one
here.
down
There's
here.
another one.
Another one here as well. You got 1, 2,
One there.
3.
Just look inside, make sure there's nothing in there. If you're looking, see the larva?
Oh yeah.
and go all the way looking for. But that stuff there, I would say that's all at least 5 or 6 days old. It'll be capped in the next 2 days.
See it?
Yep.
Anything in the queen cell, queen cups?
I can't see it.
Nothing in that
Look,
one.
look at this one up here. I don't think so.
Nothing in that one. Go look at this
That
one.
one?
No, nothing in there.
Okay.
They're just old.
That means that and you notice that they built on the non-foundation frame. They built the queen cells there. They can build them inside the frame and so forth. They like to have them in line like that.
I read something that some guy said, some beekeeper up in North Georgia, that bees will build out 10 times faster on foundationless frames than they will on a foundation frame.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sounds subjective to me.
Yeah.
It does.
I know there's a honey flow going on. You can put a starter strip in and come back in 2 days. The whole thing's drawn out. We've seen that out
Really?
here. Yeah, we saw
Right.
that. We've seen that out here.
Depends on what your environment is.
Yeah, you got a flow going on and it's coming in. We put frames in that had the tone depressors with wax on them, and came back the next week. It's fully
Fully
drawn out
drawn.
and half full of honey.
Right.
So it's just hive to hive. Okay, and then this is the last one. This one also.
It's capped.
That's
on the
capped
other
honey.
side.
Look at that.
It's all capped.
Nice.
Look at how much
Beautiful
it's
frame.
sticking out.
It's probably 4 pounds right there.
And if you look on the bottom of this, you'll see all of that is drone. Okay, because this has a half foundation in it, and the top half is all regular, and the bottom half are all drone. Look how they're all filled with honey. Those big old fatty drone cells.
Fatty Jones.
Is that you see the difference though in them?
Oh yeah.
And they're still filled with honey. Okay. Now notice when we put the frames back in, I put them together, well, most of them fairly tight, tried to. So when you move them, you can just move them all at one time without squishing bees. And I didn't do it here. Sorry about that. Wow. These things are tight, glued in. Who knows what you call that glue? What is all that called? Propolis. Or propolis, depending on where you're from.
Depending on if you took
Every beekeeper pronounces it different, you know, and they'll correct you. Their way is the right way.
it's not an omega.
Okay.
It's a long O.
You can chew it
Now-
up. It's got antibiotics. Nuke that I took the mated queen out of, and she's in a box in the back of my house right now, and she's laying at the storm. Actually, back at my mother-in-law's house. But we had queen cells on that frame, which they should have come out by now. There's still a queen cell right there. It hasn't opened up yet right there. That one's empty, nothing on it. Okay, they haven't opened yet, so here's all the queen cells. I would expect them to be open today, but I'll give them a few more days. We'll see what happens.
Hey guys, question. What's going on?
Did you get them to make this queen cell?
Yeah, because there was a laying queen in here, and I didn't have a virgin to stick in the box.
Oh, okay.
So she had already laid up the whole frame of larvae, and I took a chance. Figured I'll take her out and see if they make cells, and they've made queen cells.
Gosh, yeah.
Activity.
Now, but you have to be, the timing's important, right? If you wanted to capture extra queens, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to, I could take those.
Let's just take a pop off here.
I could take a knife and try to cut some of them out.
Okay. Yeah.
Was this in there?
No.
Let's just take a pop. We're just gonna take a quick look. 1028, 1028. You haven't got anything.
Well, that top bar should be full of
stuff.
Oh man, look how
They might
frenetic
need some
they are.
more room.
Let's look down in there and see what we're looking at. Okay. What do you see in here? Here's an empty one.
Oh,
These are pretty full.
This is the one that's mine. Can we take
This is your
one
top
home?
bar. Yeah, we're gonna take a look and
Take
see
it
what
out
it's,
and see
what it's
what's going
doing.
on, because I would really like to take that home today.
Oh wow.
It's ready. It's ready.
It's full.
It's got nectar in it.
It's
neck-
ready.
Just
Is that a
nectar.
deep? Is that a medium? Okay. We got
But
it.
it's got some. Yeah, I have some. But isn't this some capped brood up
That's,
here?
no, it's just on honey. That's capped
What
honey and
if we
nectar.
put it in with the other one that's existing? It'll still be good because they'll have the bees from
Yeah,
it.
and then the bees will
Yeah,
and they'll
let's
have
just
honey.
do that. We'll get the box.
Okay.
Here it is. And they fit in this one? At an
Just make sure you're
angle
not taking the queen with you.
Well, you don't take any bees with you.
You don't see the queen on there, do you?
No.
You want to take the.
And that's
you wanna
all.
take the-
That's all drawn.
We want to take it.
That's what we're here for, is the bees.
She wants to increase it. She wants to increase the number of bees in her box.
Oh, let's take the bees too.
I don't see a queen on there. So if she can get in there somehow. Let me get a frame to stick back in there.
They use too many boxes.
Alright, let me cut some tape.
I'm gonna drop this back in,
Stuart has one, BC.
and when they show up and say,
Yeah, we just put one in.
Can they say?
they come back and say, wait a minute. Now let's do this one. This one has a lot of bees on it, so I'm gonna bump it.
Did you bring it?
And then Daniel showed us how to do that a while ago. Slide it on.
This is the one that was queenless 3 weeks ago, and I came over and stuck a queen from the boozer yard.
This is the one that we're over.
This was queenless?
This one was.
Oh, this one was.
I put the queen in from the boozer yard. Came out of one of my mating boxes.
And did they,
Oh yeah, she was laying up the storm. So let's see what she did. Now what does that smell? Anybody? I'm smelling honey, but I'm trying to think what flower it is they're getting that, what fragrance honey it is.
Yeah, my honeysuckle's blooming.
I was in here last week or week before, and I just smelled it in all these boxes.
What is it, Melaleuca? If it smells like a potato, it's Melaleuca.
You think it smells like a potato?
Are you sure we came in here? She was laying.
Hey, Stuart.
There we go.
We're on the other side.
There we go.
Beauty. In there somewhere. They're just not very happy.
You need like a medium super on top.
I got back and grab it.
They got a deep. We got two deeps. It's just they're just a little flighty.
You're just gonna take the friend graph.
Yep, okay, it's deep in the deep. I'll put this back on the top. We can close this thing up.
If you want to work on that, work from that one, right?
Yep. You want to hold that?
It's a special list if somebody wants.
There's cells that I can grab. There's larvae I can grab.
Oh, okay. Yeah, run from some big. Oh wow, lots of them.
We're gonna graft out some really young stuff here. That was too old. Trying to find stuff that's just turned into a larva. That might be a bit big. We'll try it anyway.
I'm just watching. Figuring what I gotta do come spring.
I'll roll that one over.
Here, you want me to hold the flashlight for you?
Yeah, I good.
Okay.
Right there. That's a really tiny one.
You didn't put nothing in a queen cup, did you?
Nope.
Okay.
Some people put royal jelly in them first.
Yeah.
Some people put them in the beehive for like a day and let the bees play with them.
It helps.
I've tried it. No, I didn't see any difference at all.
Oh.
I know that it seems to me that if I get a larva that's got a lot of royal jelly in to begin with, I get better luck that way.
Okay.
I'm having trouble grabbing these things today. Just gonna grab that one. Come on, come off this tool.
Let's get in here and take a look at the cigar.
process. DC is now grafting larvae from
Trying to make queens.
trying to make queens. So he's grabbing some larvae and he'll be putting them in those queen cups.
Harvesting larvae off the frame.
And once you put that frame back in there, they'll think there's queen cups and they'll accordingly fill it up and build the cup and close it off. And that's how you make queens. I always suggest you work fast to keep the moisture level down. Up.
Yeah. Looking for it. There's a good one. One more here from this side. Okay.
Yep.
So that will dry out. We'll cover this up.
So how many days you gotta wait, DC?
Well, if they accept them, I'll know tomorrow. I can come in here in 24 hours and check them. And the ones they accept, they'll start. Here, hold on. The ones they accept, they'll start drawing wax
I
on
want
them.
to show them your gadgets. There it is. DC's gadgets.
Slide right down that hole. And on this one,
Winter bee capital.
I've got one graft on this one. Move this one. The other frame.
Even California can't keep their bees like they
No.
And I'll come in Wednesday and put a cage on that one. Did you look at the brood in that box?
A lot of brood.
It's
yeah.
not. It's
There's
brood, not
actually,
drone, right?
yeah, brood.
Flat. Cool.
Yeah, there's probably brood you could take if you needed.
No. I'm concerned about